What up? Big Herc916. Positivity, motivation, never settle for average. Pick you up a hat, tank top, or t-shirt at BigHerc916.com. And this video is brought to you by Muscle Up Detail Spray. The only detail spray I use on my car. Have your car looking wet in between your washes. Good for all the exterior parts of your car. Been reading a lot of crazy comments, mainly positive, but a variety of just different comments when I talked with Jeff on NTS regarding white privilege, black excuse, and it's just very interesting because, you know, the blowback, a lot of people feel like they haven't had white privilege as far as those who are white. And then there are people that, as far as black, that say, Big Herc, you're full of shit. You know, you sit up here and you act like these things don't exist so you can get a pat on the back from your white folks, your white friends. And I just laugh. Either way, you know, I know if it was all white privilege, then every white person would be rich. If it was all black excuse, then we would have no rich black people. And, you know, either way, it's creating dialogue. People are talking. And I love to hear just the opinions of other people, because that's what makes us humans. And as far as conversation is hearing everybody else's story. And, you know, the bottom line is, if you work hard, you accomplish success, no matter if you're white, black, Mexican, Asian, Native American, whatever your nationality is. You can get it done. And for those, you know, I always tell people I wasn't brought up with the mentality that I was behind the 8 ball and that, you know, the white moved first. I mean, I wasn't brought up like that. So, you know, my mentality coming from a grandfather that was in the military, that grew up down south, was that you bust your ass, you have the right friends around you, and you can elevate yourself to be successful. And that's kind of like what I held myself to. And he used to be pissed when he seen some of the people I associated with, and I used to wonder why he would get so angry, and you know, why he couldn't see that these were, you know, the homies right here, or, you know, he seen me going down this path, but he conveyed it in a way where it made me buck more rather than listen. But I know what he was trying to convey now. You know, later on in life, I kind of, you know, realized what he was trying to tell me, but didn't know how to tell me. And I say a lot of people out there are stuck in certain situations because of their surrounding conditions and the fact they don't want to change. They don't want to make the effort. I met a gentleman doing a radio podcast called Against All Odds. Sean V. Bradley, very, very, very successful, multi-millionaire, just a amazing person, and his partner L.A. Williams, the Blind Master, motivational speaker, very successful, one of the only certified blind Pro Tools engineers in the country. Done tracks for some of the major hip hop artists, and he's black, and he's from the hood, black and blind. Wow, not complaining, doing his thing, always smiling. You know, host a podcast, motivational speaker, makes a shit ton of money, and not once did I hear him talk about any type of excuse. Black guy, blind. You guys are able to see, obviously, because you talk all this shit and you watch me on these videos, and you have your hands and feet. You're not handicapped. You're capable of reading. You're capable of studying, but you got an excuse? Maybe you just don't want it at the end of the day, but you get mad when you see other people getting it, and so you're one of those guys who sit at home, and because you never applied yourself or practiced enough of anything, when you watch sports, you hope the guy gets hurt. You watch a football game, you hope the guy drops the pass. You watch basketball and you see a guy dunk, you hope somebody undercuts him. You're one of those type of people. You're a miserable son of a bitch. I happened to be at the gym one day and their story popped up on ESPN. Black guy, black man. He's an adult now, but he was born with no arms. First name is Richie. I can't offhand remember his last name. Let me try to find it. NASCAR. Here it is. Richie Parker, born with no arms, black kid, wanted to learn how to ride a bike, and his dad didn't know how to tell him, son, it'd be very hard. You don't have arms. The bike requires you to have arms. You got to steer the bike. Blah blah blah. He knew things were going to be rough for him growing up, but he never, the child never accepted that. Learn how to ride a bike. He used to steer the bike with his mouth. Went on to learn how to program. Got into the NASCAR intern program. Learned AutoCAD, and eventually learned how to design suspension components for NASCARs. And he drives to work with his feet. Has a '64 Impala. Black man, no arms. What is his odds? What? I mean, goddamn, this guy designs suspension components for some of the fastest cars in the world, and he's black with no arms. Imagine that. What's your excuse? What is it, man? It's all right if you don't want these things, if you want to just sit around and exist. I'm not telling you to do anything otherwise, but when you see people make it, you can't say just because everybody made it, they sold out. What, this guy sold out? The blind master sold out? I mean, everybody that's made it that's black somehow is a coon, is a sellout, is Uncle Tom? And you guys don't even know what Uncle Tom is anyways. Half you guys are ignorant. But at the end of the day, man, don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. When I see stuff like that, man, it puts a fire on my ass and makes me think, wow, man, did I do enough today? Am I pushing myself? And that's the difference between a winner and somebody who constantly has a loser mentality. Is a goddamn excuse, man. Big Herc916.
Hello, I'm Big Herc916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.